You're rounding first base, big boy. How about you dig those cleats in and head for home? Next challenge! I'll break in, abduct the boy, for him. All for him. Chris Kyle. Chris Kyle? Where are you?
The boy must be brought back here tonight, or my work here is done!
Yes! Of course! Virgin blood will spill tonight! Greg, an innocent cop and friend, killed under my own roof. Golly.
Time for your parole inspection. You know, I do hate seeing it like this, King. Sure.
Alright, I'm running 2 streams, and I'm curious of whether or not my computer will explode or if the latency for both will be insanely
this last
high.
step is maybe the most important to being a real man.
It'd be damn near unwatchable.
Strong and true. Ride this
But yeah,
fence.
I'm working on this, I guess,
Just
TikTok
like
idea. It's
mounted?
related
Yes,
to
sir.
a popular show.
Settle up.
Hello,
What
hi.
the fuck was that show called again?
How do you feel about abortion?
Squid Game, yeah. Loved it. Great show.
It's cool, I guess.
No, too opinionated. Real men sidestep any abrasive question. Try again.
Hello, hi. How do you feel about the economy?
It's not great, but not too bad.
There you go. Now take that approach to politics, religion, and relationships, and you'll be a big, strong man. A man, Jesse.
I feel like
That's what you
I'm
are
just
now.
in awe of
Welcome to the
Mikane's
club.
output.
You're an awful role model.
Virgin, I've come for
and how he
ye.
doesn't reuse
King, what the
material.
hell?
At least as far as I know. Probably. I don't know if I can 100%
I'm whoever
say.
you need me to be.
Yeah, it's probably all 100%
That's right,
frame
sir.
by frame animation.
I'm a fence rider.
Granted, right? He's not drawing
Holy
something
shit!
that needs to be
You
anatomically
just took all 3
correct.
manly principles and fused
And
them
he
into
makes
one
these
manliest
freak
action ever.
abomination monsters.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, I guess.
Monster Appreciation
But I
Day
mean,
is a
like,
go!
It also
And
is
Jesse
still
is the
consistent,
monster
like,
of honor.
I
All
don't know,
right,
for-
cake time.
for these
Everyone
freaks,
line up.
It's like,
Jesse, why don't you come over every
can't-
day from
even
here
if
on
it
out?
was off-model,
We could
would it
polish
be
knives,
off-model?
oogle women on the street.
That could be okay.
Either way,
But I may have homework.
Damn it,
it's
Jesse!
like he's something that
You're the
most
best
of these animation
goddamn
channels on
fence
YouTube
rider
should
I've ever
aspire to
seen.
be. Not in terms of, you know, the freak weird shit he has on here, but how he makes long form. Well, I guess no, not long form, but long. Well, I can't
Lord,
really say all his videos. He's really
help me!
he wants to OG things. It's like 10 minutes.
There was a house on top of a hill where a dying scientist bequeathed his life's work to his 2 assistants, Katz
Also,
and
anyone who
Uno.
sees this is
The
in a
scientist
video.
gave instructions on
Oh,
how
that's
to create
gorgeous.
monsters to solve any
At least I
problem,
have.
along with a series of documents on the cure to cancer, AIDS, and world hunger. But
Oh, nice pose,
unfortunately, due to an untimely grease fire caused by someone cooking some fries, not naming any names, but the house was burnt down, and the scientist's work was lost with it. Now, with a handful of monsters and a fire insurance check, Katz and Uno have purchased a 3-bedroom house in a quiet suburban town. This is their monster land.
I'll try to turn this down a little bit. YouTube's not as granular as I would like in terms of sound.
Hello, Helga. Howard.
Alright,
Fine
let's
day
go.
we're having, isn't it? Ah, beautiful couple, those Schultzes. Relics of a better time. Unlike them.
Oh yeah.
So mysterious, so dark. I can only imagine what kind of evil lurks in that house.
Forget what that's from.
Spectacular.
He's really going to town on that thing.
Oh, yeah, that is what the Chinese battle sword is all about. It's designed to rip through the flesh and bone of the 12th century Mongols, so you know it's good. And for a one-time payment of $400, this bad boy can be all yours, Daddy.
We gotta have that sword. Uno, check our savings, would you?
We're broke.
Damn!
I'll say and
You're right.
damn, I don't know how to say
We've
his
been
name.
living in poverty ever since the fire. I'm sick
whatever
of
the
it.
fuck his name
I want
is,
to live deliciously,
where
Uno.
he uploads
Not like a goddamn street rat.
like an animated thing.
Oh, I'm
once every
sorry,
day.
Ottoman. I might have gotten
I
a
think
bit
he's kind
heated.
of calmed down.
That's all
a bit
right.
now,
I know you get a
but
bit testy sometimes, but I live to
still
serve.
a very
Ugh,
impressive feat.
Stockholm Syndrome.
And a great servant you are. Why don't you unwind with a little bath from Eric? Eric?
One day I want to
I'm
make
gonna
a
clean
series
you
of
like
YouTube
a
videos
cat.
exploring all the artists on Twitter.
Let's craft a creature that just wants us to beat the
Because I
shit
feel
out
like
of them. I mean,
that might
really
be where
just
like the
lay
cream of the
into
crop
them.
is.
Sounds like anger management would be a
silently
more
waiting
obvious
to be
choice.
discovered.
But yeah, I guess beating something could be the answer.
Like,
Y'all
especially
need a
for
quick
anime
cleanup
fans,
before you go down? No, thank you, Eric.
Like,
You're very thorough.
If you go down the rabbit hole, if we're trying to find these artists,
Damn it, who cleaned down here?
you will see
I had things
some
in
of
order to my liking.
the most jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring things on there.
Ooh, no, you clumsy
And these
ape.
are,
Look
like,
what you've done.
professional animators
Wait, what's
in
this?
Japan
My
who've
God, it's
probably
been
done
ages
some of
since
your
I've seen
favorite
this.
sequences from your
I didn't even
favorite
know this
shows.
survived the fire.
Like, I found, for instance, some of the people who worked on
Is he implying that he wants to get
Jobless
AIDS?
Reincarnation?
Or
No, he was going to cure it, of course. He was an admirable man.
both their key animation is gorgeous and like their originals is so
Hand me
creative.
the fucking bone saw! No, no, please, no! Ah! 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 He wanted to take care of the
The original
elderly.
plan was to stream
Ugh.
from
I'm
the
no
time I
servant
woke
to
up
those
till
bulldog-faced fiends.
really
Wait!
now.
I've got an
or
idea.
12.
Old people usually
But,
have a ton of money, right?
Yes.
Procrastination and
How else would they be able to
Ratchet & Clank
renovate old cars and acquire so much
has
medicine?
prevented
What if we
me
did some odd jobs for
from
some old people?
doing
Hang some
that.
shelves, move some furniture. Easy work for a high price.
Not a bad idea, Uno. We do have that elderly couple next door. Maybe we pop in and see what they need.
If they decide to reward us, we could get that sword to make some monsters to chop up.
Now we're on the same page. Let's go see what those skin sacks need help with. Leaving house, 12:30 p.m. Hey, hey, hey! Don't you bother those beautiful old angels! That's it! I'm calling the cops.
911, what's your emergency?
This is Officer Henry King. My neighbors are trying to...
Save it, Henry. We aren't going to keep coming out there to harass your neighbors.
But they're walking to my neighbor's house right now! Hello? Hello? God damn it, no!
No, it's too late.
Now,
We're
Uno,
lost.
if he has any lawn jockeys or other racist paraphernalia, just know he's a product of his time.
I mean, I don't think that's really an excuse for blatant racist iconography, is it?
Oh, you liberal little bitch. Oh, God, Snowflake. Uno! Snowflake much? Hello? Who's there? Mr. Schultz, it's your neighbor, Katz. Now, we know that you're a man of advanced years and probably have various racist artifacts and other knickknacks from times gone by.
Why are you so hung up on this?
But you'll see no judgment here.
No, you'll definitely be judged.
Nah, well, we'll see what happens. Sir, we've come to see if there's anything you may need help with.
I'm sorry, boys. I don't have any money for chocolate bars or whatever that child pedophile cult you call the Boy Scouts has to offer.
No, sir, I feel you may misunderstand what we mean. We can help you with any problem in the whole world.
You boys can help me with any problem?
Well, to a moral extent, yes.
My morals are very loose, so you can ask me for pretty much anything, big guy.
Oh, come on in, boys. Let me yarn you a
I
tale.
wish it was easier to edit the onion skin in Clip Studio. I have a
may
lot
not
of
believe
gripes
this,
with
but
Clip
when I
Studio.
was younger, I stumbled upon the fountain
The fact
of
that I
youth,
can't go through
and
my
in
frames just by
ignorance
hitting one of the
drank
arrow
deep
keys.
from its water. And
When
now
I've selected
I can't
the,
die from
I don't
old
want to
age.
touch my screen like that.
But you look so fucking
Actually,
old.
I should wear my
The
gloves too.
fountain of youth
But,
is
yeah.
much the same
Like the
as in
fact
the
that I
hit
can't
film,
scroll
The
through
Green
the
Mile.
frames by pressing the arrow keys. I have to tap them
I
individually.
remember when I
and click
saw
them
the
one
film,
by
I
one.
thought, wow, this is literally the exact situation I find
pretty
myself
sus, dude.
in.
Fuck.
Except for the colored fellow, of course.
Hello, gentlemen. May I offer you some pumpkin cookies?
Damn it, Helga! Leave us men to talk, you vile old goat.
Okay then, dear. Love you.
Right now, I guess you could say
I
I'm doing
want
the
you boys
layouts.
to make me young again. Immortality is a curse when
Slash
your dick doesn't
storyboard.
work, and
I
all
don't
you
even
can
really
do is
want to make a
keep getting older.
storyboard because I always
I
have
can't get plastic
ideas,
surgery because my
and
doctor
then
said
my
I'm
ideas
too
change
old.
or do
I
other
just
stuff,
want to swim again.
and I end up adding stuff
want
to
to
it. So I just
scale
didn't
a
want to
mountain.
commit
I
myself
want
super
to
hard to any
bury
one
my
thing.
face into a teenage girl's bosom again. Prowl the town for some young strange.
Your excessive use of young made that all very creepy for me.
Well, also, don't you
I know,
love your
right?
beloved Helga and her cookies?
She's just a revolving door. She will die soon enough, and I'll
probably
get
wanna
some
get a
money and
haircut. I
repeat
may
the
do
process over and over again.
String of my
Hopefully in the
face.
future I can purchase some
I also want to do like a
futuristic
VTuber avatar,
robot body
but
to implant
don't
my
know
brain,
how to
but
go about
if you
that.
all help me now,
Also,
I'll
can't
give
be
you
that hard because literally
$400.
everyone
Do we have a
is doing
deal?
it.
I've plugged in the info for our monster cats.
While I do want this money, I feel bad for Helga.
Me too. She seems so nice. To be treated so poorly by that immortal asshole.
Aye, and she offered us pumpkin cookies.
Okay.
I say
That'll
we
work.
make the dick skeleton for the old man, but add in a little extra charm.
Not gonna lie,
This
it's a little
monster will give him
distracting.
the posture of a 25-year-old. A dick as hard as a diamond, but also an undying love for Helga.
Cats, you hopeless romantic. We get the money and save the girl.
No time for your over-examination, Uno.
Right
Let
now
us
it's
bring
not
this beast to
Getting
life.
the idea down of the guy. Singled out.
Hey, I shall call you Rodney. Okay. You shall host this old man's body next door, stretching his old skin and giving him the posture of a Greek god. Okay, sounds good. Let us collect our money.
Here we come, sword.
It's always interesting doing like the neck to shoulder. Like
What the hell is that
that's
thing?
like, if it really is the thing that determines
Fuck this!
how the rest
Time
of the
for
body's
Henry
gonna
King
be.
to become the
You don't,
hero
like,
he
plan it
once
out ahead
was.
of time.
I'm coming, Mr. Schultz!
What you doing, Henry?
Damn it, Todd!
Basically
We need to
defines
help
the
Mr.
anatomy.
Schultz!
You made us all look pretty stupid down at the Force with your little, hate crime.
We all do hate crimes!
Yeah, well, some of us are professional and don't get caught beating and blinding Vietnamese men.
Whoa.
Look behind you! That monstrosity is gonna kill that innocent man!
If it were any other person, King, I'd turn right around and look. But out of pure merit, I refuse to look. Stop calling us King.
Well, is this thing my miracle?
It sure is.
Go on, help him out, Rodney.
Oh, what's he doing?
Cause it did.
That did not go as expected.
Anyone want a cookie? Oh my word, Harold, you look fantastic. Did you boys help my Harold?
We sure did.
Well, here's your money. I saw Harold left it on the counter next to different kinds of lubricants and penis pills and flavored condoms, but that doesn't concern you boys.
My dearest Helga, you have never looked so beautiful.
Harold, stop.
Come, let us make love until the new day sun illuminates the sky.
Well, okay then.
Well, we finally have enough money to get our sword.
You know, Uno, just by helping someone, I felt happier than I have in a long time. I say we use this $400 to clean up this house and start helping more people.
Is that right?
I gotta chase that high, Uno. We can save the world, and I can give myself a pat on the back for every step of the way. Oh, how can a man be blocked from calling the police?
I wonder if they can really do that.
I gotta get back to being a hero.
Probably.
I'll reveal what's going on in that goddamn house, and I will redeem myself. I can promise you
I
that.
think in real life,
I will
we're seeing
be
his father in the police and harassing them. Yeah, if it was just like a couple of whatever they can do. Find a better way. The drawing line, the chest. The shoulder to arms to chest ratio area. Man, I really wish I kept drawing every day. I'm like trying to get back into it after basically stopping for not really years, but for a while. I would do stuff on paper. And when I really look back on it, those drawings I did on paper were actually quite good. I don't think at least I didn't, especially when I look back at those. Probably may have thought that I lost it, but nah, I still had it. With that, I definitely feel like I've lost it to an extent now. I'm gonna have to draw a lot to regain that skill that I've lost. Like the anatomy used to be on fleek. Drawing people like every day. Not humans, of course, but references online. Sure, he could be making a more interesting pose here, but why not? But why? Why and why not? Kind of want to shrink the body. Or I can make the head bigger. I'll shrink the body instead. I'll do the thing that'll take me more time and effort. Also, let's change the video.
There was a house on top of a hill where a dying scientist bequeathed his life's work to his two assistants, Cats and Uno. The scientist gave instructions on how to create monsters to solve any problem, along with a series of documents on the cure to cancer, AIDS, and world hunger. But, unfortunately, due to an untimely grease fire caused by someone cooking some fries, not naming any names, but the house was burnt down, and the scientist's work was lost with it. Now, with a handful of monsters and a fire insurance check, Cats and Uno have purchased a 3-bedroom house in a quiet suburban town. This is their monster land.
Good lord, your teeth are terrible.
Ah! Damn it! Stop! That hurts!
Shouldn't have ate all those cookies. Or at least brushed your teeth.
Well, albeit. We must return back to work. I believe we were going to end childhood poverty this week, correct? Now let's turn to page 20. Ah!
Okay, let's settle down. I don't think we're gonna help the world this episode, or week.
You lack drive, Uno. My drive in life is to help every pathetic citizen in this town. You think I'm a fool, don't you? I'd like to see you take over this operation, Uno.
I'm sure it'd be really hard to press print on a computer. Come on, Cats, don't act like you're some messiah.
Well, fine then, Uno. If you were me in this moment, what would you do?
I would turn on this here computer and make you a dentist to fix your grotesque mouth. No. I would make you a little tooth fairy to also give you money for when you inevitably have to lose those chunks of goat cheese in your mouth.
Boop. You don't have the slightest understanding of the sheer power this machine has, Uno.
Also, I feel like that's
yeah.
clearly just in response
Voila.
to any of his
I
viewers
give
who are
you
like,
a tooth fairy.
yeah, this
I
shit's
must
easy
say,
to
the
make.
creature
Or
does look...
criticizing his creation.
Oh, fuck!
Damn.
Awesome.
Every last tooth
I think I'm gonna
from
black
one
out.
pull.
The pain.
That'd
So
be insane.
surreal.
The removal of rotting teeth. Check. Man, Cats, that was so hard.
I'm drifting into the afterlife now, Uno. The light. It comforts me like a
I
child's
doubt that'd kill
blanket.
you.
Let's take a look,
Especially
you
after
big
listening
baby.
to a Mr. Ballin video where he went over like,
I'll
oh
be
my God.
honest,
See the
it
roots
does
and nerve
not
endings.
look good. But you should be okay.
graphic detail. But yeah,
perfect fit.
after watching
Perfect
Mr.
fix.
Ballin video where he goes over this one victim of an attack, and
No. What did you do?
how they survived something horrendous that you would imagine no human being could survive. They got both of their arms
Chris
like,
Kyle really was an American war
sliced
hero.
off,
Like me.
then were thrown off a cliff
Like me.
and still managed to live. It's insane.
Lord, I'm tired.
I also feel like I stopped watching his videos and other like shit like that.
Sorry
So I
about
feel
that,
like it's
King.
making the
Get
rest
out of
the
my house, asshole!
whether it be the horror shit, the alien stuff he talks about, just crimes. I feel like it's making me kind of jumpy.
Well, I got the
Here,
tooth
I know a
fairy.
little bit.
Excuse me. Have you seen my daddy? I need to go to the dentist office. You know, 'cause your friend hurt me.
That's it. I can go to the dentist office, get my friend his new teeth, and in return, we'll have made this a successful mission.
I am in extreme pain.
That's gonna be
I
me.
just want my
I have to get
daddy.
like 3 cavities filled.
I will also make a note to ask
And
the
get
dentist
my,
to help
wisdom
everyone
tooth
else who has been
removed.
affected by my tooth fairy. Onward to the dentist office! Are you the dentist?
Why, yes, this is my practice.
We need your help. My friend is in desperate need for oral care.
I'm sorry, but we're totally booked for the day. Almost the whole town was assaulted by a flying creature.
We have a bag of teeth.
Come with me. So, you are the people causing all this commotion in town. Thank you so much.
I figured.
Man, I've had so much business since your act of terrorism. Business is booming. Booming, I tell you. Booming.
You're welcome?
Father.
My
Oh, it's
son.
the guy from that
Back from another day
excellent
at the
movie.
slaughterhouse?
Yes, Father. I pull the trigger, and the cows fall. They fall down. Down.
I
feel it's
couldn't be
called- I
happy.
think No Country for Old Men.
I'm so happy that I'm gonna
Recommend
give
you
your
watch it if
friend
they
a
haven't.
beautiful new set of dentures, free of charge. But don't tell the others. I got a business to run here.
Sure, man. Whatever you want.
It's a fight I simply can't win. Maybe I should just retire someplace nice and peaceful. Leave all these freaks behind me once and for all.
1 cow down.
I hate drawing digital.
2 cow down. 3 cow down. They fall down.
All right, I'm done with his dentures. He's got a mouth that any 80-year-old man would be jealous of. We'll give him a bit to awaken from the anesthesia. In the meantime, I've got some insurance checks to cash.
I don't know if I mentioned this earlier,
Son,
but
we will go to lunch as
the
soon
new
as Daddy's
DVD
done
cards
counting his
that they
money.
announced
Okay?
during their live stream
Daddy.
for Yu-Gi-Oh! It's fantastic. It's fucking broken.
Tooth
It's
Fairy?
ridiculous.
Just easy down now, okay?
You got a problem,
And
tough
anyone
guy.
who uses tour guide from the underworld can make it. Tour guide for tour
You're
guide.
real cute, you know that?
That's pretty sad.
Jesus Christ, please don't act up.
But yeah,
Please,
just normal summon tour guide, and then I'll special summon a tour guide from the underworld from your deck. Then you can make that DVD XYZ monster.
All right, son. You
And
ready to
then
go to the
overlay
Cheesecake
that
Factory and talk
with
about
the
your day at the
new
slaughterhouse?
rank 10.
Daddy.
Whoa, what the fuck? Gotta kill him. Wait, what?
My boy. My beautiful child. My son is dead.
Wait, no! I'll go to the Cheesecake Factory with you. I wouldn't mind.
Oh, I have teeth again. Where are we?
We're going home.
What happened to you? More importantly, what happened to me? I'm covered in someone else's blood!
I created a creature that resulted in the assault of an entire neighborhood and 3 people's deaths.
I see. Well, this whole experience has taught me that sometimes you need to help yourself before you can truly help others. Uno, you have proof today that you can take care of a situation just fine by yourself. We'll have to have you spearhead these missions more often.
Damn it.
Sure.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Ew, I
I've
draw that
come
line.
to talk with you again.
Where the fuck did I draw that line
Oh my God. Chris Kyle, the American sniper. That's
swear
right,
my
King.
back
It's
hurts
me,
so fucking
Chris
much.
Kyle, the
I don't know if
American
it's for my
sniper.
job or from when I helped my sister move a couch. But
What
my
was
job
that?
definitely fucked up
That's
my back
3 dead Iraqi
at one
terrorists,
point or
2
another.
dead Somali pirates, and 4 dead looters in New
Could be
Orleans.
damage from that.
Whoa!
Hell,
Oh!
my
Let's
back
get to work.
is definitely a little messed up for my time when I work at Lowe's. Also don't know why other things make noise when I oh wow, that's crazy.
I wish for a big stack of pancakes.
Timmy, maybe you wish for some braces, or maybe, I don't know, a new toothbrush?
What do you mean, Cosmo?
In the lore of the show, though, I believe Timmy got his
I wish that tooth was my new best friend.
Timmy got his teeth like that because his parents left a pacifier on him for too long. Okay, Let's change it up like that. Later. Oh, the progression series. How wonderbar. Oh, is this Killer 7 model sheets? That's lit. I just love model sheets. Hold on. Saw that. Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Oh, the fucking old wrinkly man!
One of the most cliche statements that YouTubers will open up their videos with is that they didn't want to make this video. Scrolling through any major or minor YouTuber's catalog, you're bound to find them saying it verbatim or something to that effect. I find it annoying, and I'm sure most people do, because most of the time that person is either lying or just being dumb. If you don't want to make a video, then just don't make it. No one is forcing you to do anything. Unless Susan has managed to possess you through the power of the internet, then I don't see any reason why you should be able to just not make that video. Alrighty, now that I've made fun of people who do this particular thing, allow me to say that I didn't want to make this video. Or rather, I've been putting it off for months because I've just been waiting for more to happen. Because with each passing month, even more material for this video seems to manifest. And I don't like making more than a few videos about the same topic. However, at this point, it has become too funny, ridiculous, and weirdly tragic to ignore. Most of what I'm going to describe today, the recent events anyway, have mostly gone under the radar because the YouTube community, or whatever you want to call it, has been preoccupied with other things. Onision has been the most talked about person on this website, and more broadly speaking, this side of the internet for a while. He's been a target for commentary channels since 2016 or so. Leafy's video about Onision actually has nearly 8 million views, clocking in his second most popular video that has been released to date. In the past few months, things have escalated once again for Greg, with commentators making videos about him that have received millions of views. Repsion has made multiple very long videos about Onision, most of which do very well for his channel.
How's this look? You can see all my hair, my
Even
back.
though everyone did kind of demify.
What do you guys think, huh?
And Onision has been a punching bag for nearly the entire duration of his career. The Kiwi Farms thread about him dates all the way back to 2014, and the situation he is in is honestly pathetic and sad to look at. He seems to be a genuinely terrible human being who is desperately clinging on to any bit of relevancy that he has in order to make a living off of basically being bashed over and over again on the internet.
This is my vegetarian
because I didn't do anything. Man, he's pretty cool.
Can only dream of having a body like this.
And pretty soon, Boogie will be no different. Today we're gonna rip him open and take a look at what's inside this big fella, see what makes him tick, and hopefully we'll also find our way out, because, well, yeah.
Shit is a banger.
In my last video about Boogie, I went over how he seems to constantly pander to both sides of an argument, and then backtracks whenever he is criticized for having an opinion that some people disagree with. If he's changing his opinions based on the audience that's going to see them to try and seem like the nicest person in the room, then is his opinion really worth anything? I'd say probably not. He is 100% a coward who cannot stand by his own words. As I showed in this video, this isn't anything new. He has been this way for years, and honestly, until he has some serious stances that he's willing to stand behind, without allowing people to paint him into corners that he cannot get out of, he's going to continue looking like a dumb. I'll leave a link to that video in the description if you would like to check it out, as it covers the Boogie story until around 8 months ago. In the past 8 months, quite a bit has happened, all of which I intend to cover in this video, as well as a few extra funny happenings that I'll sprinkle in throughout. I think what most people who are new to the Boogie story don't realize is just how far he has fallen from grace. There was a time when he was easily the most liked creator on the platform. Perhaps he wasn't the biggest, but he certainly was the guy with the least baggage to his reputation. No one had anything bad to say about the guy, from creators to viewers. I think that this love of Steven came from a few sources, and more or less propped up his appeal to the public. His content for the time was pretty funny.
You can't fucking quit! You can't fucking quit!
While a lot of people see it as dated now, and rightly so, at its point of release, videos of people freaking out were some of the most popular content on the internet. Videos of kids freaking out over canceled WoW subscriptions, and clips of parents destroying Xboxes were part of a thriving genre of freakout videos. As with YouTube pranks, the most popular ones were also fake, and Boogie's videos were no exception.
Live in a constant state of fear and misery.
The guy behind the Francis videos, Steven, was seen as a lovable overweight guy who did his best to be nice to others. This was especially impressive to a lot of people because of the hardship that he had suffered, with Steven being very open about his troubled childhood and the fact that he didn't come from a very good place. I think a lot of people don't want to admit it, but part of why they like him so much is because they felt bad for him. It's easy to see someone who has gone through hardship and just be drawn to them. We're social creatures, we want people who have suffered to feel better, and we admire people who are doing well despite hardships. His content was never particularly great. I've never been a big fan of it.
There was a starving artist. I think he's famous. I forget which one.
But there certainly were, and to some extent still are, people who like his content. And his videos overall are not the issue, or at least they weren't first. It wasn't one specific event that made people lose respect for Boogie, as is often the case with a lot of YouTubers. Rather, it has been a slow, painful decline in popularity and credibility. And like a wounded man dragging himself across the ground, struggling to stay alive, panting heavily, losing more and more fluids by the minute, he has left a long trail of blood behind him that tells the story of exactly what happened. This has been documented in a variety of videos, and not all of them are great, but if you want a decent synopsis of the controversy as a whole, I'd say that you should give the video by Christopher Tom a watch. I'll link it in the description. The problem is that his behavior outside of his videos is so contradictory to what he does in them that it comes across as disgusting. In his videos, he likes to play a super nice guy, and outside of them, he makes edgy jokes and lies. He lies a lot. A lot of people have tried giving Boogie advice about this and telling him that it probably wouldn't work super well to pretend to be someone who you are not in your videos.
And you have a completely separate personality. People are going to find that deceptive. And when you pass that character off as your real individual, yeah, it's a level of deception out there. That's why on stream, I'm the same Muda. On video, I'm the same fucking Muda. Alright? That's just how it comes down to. If you're not willing to be yourself, that is going to literally be the thing that completely axes you at the end of the day.
Despite multiple people who clearly want the best for Steven trying to tell him what to do to avoid this sort of backlash, he constantly gets himself into hot water and makes himself look like an idiot. His behavior has been so prominent that it has attracted the ire of some of the darker, less frequented corners of the internet. Boogie often calls these people losers and basement dwellers, and paints them as if they should be vehemently ignored, while also engaging with them constantly and making his own situation much worse for himself.
These are known liars, known manipulators, known gaslighters. They've been doing it for years, and they've been doing it to me. So when you take a look at what actual internet bullies these people are, I hope that you'll learn to believe my word over mine.
If all that you've heard about his detractors is what Boogie has said, then it's likely that you'll see them as some of the most vile people around.
But I want you to know, I think you are the lowest of the low. I think you are the worst of the worst. I think that there are fucking rapists and Nazis out there who, even though they are rapists and fucking Nazis, they are more redeemable than you, because at least they're doing something they fucking believe in.
Based on his statement, you would think that the people criticizing him would be some of the most vile stalkers that the internet has to offer, and that is entirely by design. The people that Boogie was referencing in this clip are users of the Sam and Tolkien subreddit, which has been instrumental in trying to inform people of Boogie's many inconsistencies and wrongdoings. Their mega thread about Boogie has attracted a lot of attention, and the evidence compiled there has been discussed in a number of pretty popular videos on YouTube. In my initial video, I mainly discounted the thread because I felt like a lot of the evidence was circumstantial or it had been stretched to fit some sort of narrative. I somewhat stand by that statement, but upon looking through the thread once again, I think that it does deserve more credit than I initially gave it, especially with how reflective Steven's recent behavior has been of everything that was outlined in the thread.
They may be pieces of garbage, they may be pieces of shit, they may harm other people, but at least they believe what they fucking stand for. You stand for nothing. You stand for nothing. Even a disgusting piece of shit rapist is better than you. Even a piece of shit, racist, garbage Nazi is better than you. You are the worst.
After making this statement about his critics being worse than well, what is generally accepted by society as some of the most disgusting people to ever walk the earth, Boogie received a decent amount of backlash. As a result, he doubled down on his statement by doing what he always does, walking it back and adding more qualifications to his statement that completely changes its meaning.
Court, try to clarify this one more time. Tonight on stream, I said something very controversial, and I'm going to stand by it here. But I want to make sure you understand, I'm not talking about internet critics. I'm not talking about trolls. I'm not talking about assholes on Twitter. I'm not talking about anybody who hurts your feelings. I'm talking about the guy who killed Christina Grimmie. I'm talking about the guy who tried to kill Gavin and Meg. I'm talking about harassers and stalkers and swatters and people who show up at your front door.
These outlandish statements have been in tandem with a series of events that have happened on Twitter and Reddit in response to the documentation of Boogie's behavior. In December of last year, Boogie began making a number of accusations about the Sam and Tolkien subreddit to people via Twitter DMs, painting them as swatters and dangerous people who were trying to destroy his livelihood. Curious as to the validity of these claims, and because I assume he wished to disprove them, one of the people who runs the sub by the name of Haberdasher A went through all of the moderation logs for the month of December to see if he could find any evidence of these claims on the subreddit, but to no avail. When he was asked for any evidence of his claims, Boogie's story started to change, with him now claiming that he didn't know who in particular had swatted him, while still insisting that it had happened. Seeing how Steven had still failed to provide any evidence, Haberdasher decided to look into the publicly available logs of Boogie's local police station, to see if they had ever been to his house. Fayetteville Police Department's public dispatch logs showed that no officers were sent to Boogie's place of residence in the entire month of December. When they confronted Steven with this information, he claimed that he had made an arrangement with the Fayetteville Police Department to purge the dispatch records after a welfare check in July of 2019. I think it should be clear to anyone with half a brain that this was another lie, and that Steven is just shooting himself in the foot, trying to cover it up. And if that wasn't already enough, the police had dispatch logs of a welfare check in November 2019, nearly 4 months after Boogie had claimed that they had stopped keeping records of welfare checks on him. When he was informed of this, Steven responded by saying that the police had made a mistake and that he didn't know why there would be a record. It should be noted that the state where Boogie lives, Arkansas, has state laws requiring records to be kept of all dispatches. When asked via email, the Fayetteville police stated that under no circumstances would they not have a dispatch record of a visit to someone's residence. For Boogie not to be lying about the users of the subreddit in this situation, the only possible explanation is that this police station doesn't follow the law about recording police dispatches, lies via emails, and has a secret deal with Boogie to not make a record of welfare checks to his house. Not only that, but Boogie, in all of his infinite wisdom, would have to leak the news of his secret deal with the police in which he would be implicating them publicly in order to prove that he was telling the truth to a internet troll. Do you see how things don't quite seem to add up here? It's such an idiotic thing to lie about. He made completely unnecessary claims that he did not need to, when he could have just ignored the sub altogether, or addressed them honestly. After being caught with this mountain of evidence against him that pretty much proved that he had been lying, he finally decided to admit to lying about the whole thing. But of course, he couldn't do it the right way and just be honest that he had been untruthful, because if he does that, then he has to admit that he did something wrong, and not in a disingenuous way, in a way that would show some actual humility and maturity. Instead, his statement was that all of this had been an elaborate master plan to bait his critics into thinking that he was lying and go after him. He claimed that he intentionally falsely accused his critics and his police department of committing a federal crime for fun. Once people called him out for his reckless and irresponsible behavior, he said in Twitter messages that he did it because he had nothing to lose. In response to some backlash from even his own fans on YouTube, he then stated that he was glad that he lied about swatting and is willing to keep lying if it makes his critics look bad.
I don't know why I picked you to tell this to. I was going to make a post about it in my own subreddit instead exposing you guys for being lunatics. But honestly, I don't care for the negative attention. I'd rather give you the clout. But am I willing to...
Boring. Ride Your Wave. I meant to watch that when it was on Netflix, but I never did.
What makes Huawei popular? Well, it's very simple. The reason Huawei is so popular is you get a lot of bang for buck. You can go out and buy a very well-made smartphone or laptop, and for what you pay, you get very good specs. You can get a flagship style phone with fantastic cameras and it responds well, good processor, good amount of RAM, all that kind of stuff, and you pay less than the competing leading brands like Apple, for instance, or Samsung. And it's the same with the notebooks. You can go out and buy a very well-spec'd notebook that has an i5 or an i7 processor in it with a lot of RAM, etc. And the same Apple laptop that costs exactly the same priced Apple laptop, will have a much lower spec, less RAM, a weaker CPU, etc. So of course, why wouldn't you want to buy Huawei? It's cheaper, and especially nowadays, the products are actually very well built. I'm not going to lie, they are. They're fantastic. They're on the same level as, let's say, Samsung, for instance, or LG, or even Apple in some cases. But we're going to talk a little bit more about Huawei, and we're going to not talk so much about how good and cheap their products are, but more about why their products are cheaper than the competition and how they got there. So, I hope you are going to enjoy this little journey we're going to go down. We're going to talk a little bit about Huawei's history. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is a little incident that happened in 2003.
Kind of getting
Cisco.
bored.
Now, for those of you who don't know, I do actually have an IT background. I used to be a network administrator. I'm very familiar with Cisco routers and switches and stuff. And they used to be the biggest name out there. If you were setting up an enterprise network in an office or, for a company, you would have Cisco hardware. And everyone knew it as being like the top of the pops, the best brand you could get. So in 2003, what happened is Huawei copied the firmware, all the software that runs the router itself. Not only the firmware, but they also copied the instruction manuals of Cisco routers and implemented in their own hardware. In fact, they copied it so well that they even copied known bugs in the software across from Cisco into their own routers, which of course was very easy to prove that they'd copied it now since the bugs were there. On top of that, they also copied typos that were in the instruction manuals into their own instruction manuals. And when confronted by this, they just brushed it off and said it was coincidence. Of course, it's not coincidence. And as we found out later on, Huawei and Cisco kind of settled out of court. And what did Huawei do? Well, you're going to find out that Huawei operates very much like the Communist Party of China, the CCP, pretty much because it is a part of the CCP. What did they do? They blamed rogue engineers. So, throw your little engineers under the bus, but never allow the actual company or the top brass to take any flack or lose any face. Okay, so that was Cisco in 2003. In 2004, there was a very interesting thing that happened. There was this thing called I've got my notes here, let me double check. This is the difference when you're doing a live stream. You kind of have to take notes. Okay, it was the Supercom exhibit in 2004. There was a guy, the guy's name is Yibin Zhu, and basically on the Wednesday when they shut everything down, so there's no one on the floor where they have all their exhibits, these conventions, they set up all their networking gear and stuff to show it off. It's like a trade show. So this guy, after hours, when everything was shut down, was walking around taking photographs of all the equipment, on the floor. But even worse is he opened up. There was a specific, very expensive piece of hardware. Actually opened it up and was taking photos of the circuit board inside. And people noticed this and told security. Security came and stopped him. And they actually went through what he had. And he had all sorts of notes which contained proprietary information from AT&T and a whole list of different companies that he was to target, basically, to go and look at, to obviously steal ideas. And the funny part is that two products were singled out on his list. So there were two very important products that he'd singled out. One was the FNC FlashWave 4300, and the other one was Nortel's optical multi-service Edge 6500. Now, photographs of his phone of the device that he'd opened up and taken photos of the motherboard inside, that was one of the two devices. That was the FNC FlashWave 4300. So he already had the photos of that one, and he had a whole bunch of other proprietary information that he shouldn't have had, right? So they made him delete all this stuff, and his excuse, he made up these lame excuses that it's his first time ever traveling to the US and he didn't know that you're not allowed to take photos, which is is of course absolute nonsense. And this is why China very often gets a pass. You know, these CCP-linked companies or just Chinese companies, they get this pass because, you know, in the West we're very forgiving usually of people from different cultures, and we always like, oh, we understand, you know, oh, you don't understand the language, that's okay, give them a free pass. But that China actually uses that high trust society. They know how to take advantage of that, and they always like, oh, I just broke the law here, but oh, I didn't know, you know, I can't speak the language, I've never been here before. Tried and true, they use it all the time. Anyway, those first two events were just the beginning. We have, and I don't want to bore us and go through a history lesson here because I've got tons and tons and tons of lawsuits that have been, you know, put against Huawei in the past.
Swap
by
content
Motorola,
again.
where it's, you know, staff members were giving all the Motorola
have been
like,
going down
you know, secret information to
rabbit
Huawei.
hole of China. See what's going on in China, though. Oh. Actually, quite like
shouted enough racial slurs at the patrons of Central Park, making him tonight's biggest loser. Mer's the biggest loser, so we're gonna give him a bit of a challenge.
Come on, guys, what are you planning?
Go in there and rob the bank.
Jeez. Okay, fine.
Everybody on the fucking ground! Don't look at me! Oh, look how scared they are in there. Oh, Mur looks like a fucking dumbass. Okay, Mur, go up and tell that bank teller to put the money in the bag. Put the money in the bag! Let's go! Mur, be sure to tell the bank teller that he'll never see his family again if he does any funny business. Listen, motherfucker. Listen, motherfucker! Try anything funny and I'll kill you and your whole fucking family! You hear me? Yes. Hey, Mur, see that woman with the bag over her head? Take her as a hostage. Hurry! Hurry, Mur. The cops are here. You gotta get out of there, pal.
Who is he?
Come on, get up! Get up! What Mur doesn't know is that we planted a hostage in the bank before we got here. Move, go. Put your hands up! No one else needs to die! Shut up! Oh, Mur, forgot to tell you. How about you take off your hostage's mask? Melissa? It's Mur's wife! Son, just put the gun down. No one else needs to die here today. I never had a choice in any of this. I never wanted things to end this way.
Well,
I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry.
You have a choice. Just put the gun down.
Execute your hostage, Mur.
We can work through this. Please, lay down your firearm.
Do it.
It says lay down your arms, and then they just play the arms theme song.
No!
That song is fire. Shame it's not in Smash Bros. I don't know why it isn't.
Bravery is reserved for those who risk everything for others, for strangers, the protection of what's good. We will cherish the memories we have with our loved ones, and their fight will not be in vain.
Let no one survive. Hello, I'm Meat Canyon. I thought I would take a break from the parodies for a moment and tell you all a story from my life. A little chapter out of my book called
He actually looks like that.
My First Slumber Party.
He made a really good
I was 8
looking
years
shirt.
old. The sun was beginning to set, and I was full of excitement for the night ahead. Me and my friend Luke had been hanging out for a couple hours, playing video games and exchanging our collection of Pokemon cards. Luke's mother had a gorgeous smile, offering us a never-ending supply of banana slices for snacks.
That looks like a VR
It was a
chat.
normal night. At least so I thought.
Perspective.
Time for bed! We have church in the morning, and we have to get up real early.
An ocean of disappointment flooded over me. I was not aware this was a part of the plan.
When I think about going to heaven, it makes me just so happy. I want to go there so bad. I want to see my grandma and my grandpa. My youth pastor says they're waiting for me. I'll race you to my room.
He left me there alone to traverse the darkness of his house all by myself. Standing confused, I knew I had to push forward. I wasn't going to be the weird kid sitting alone at a friend's house. I had far too much pride.
All right. About right.
Luke's mother was at the sink washing dishes normally, but what caught my eye was the table. While giving us a never-ending supply of cut-up bananas, Luke's mother recklessly put the banana peels all over the Pokemon cards. Most notably, my Blaziken card, which I was obsessed with, since he was my starter in Ruby. I caught her attention by saying,
Hey, my dad paid a lot for these cards.
She approached me with her beautiful smile.
Would you like a snack before bed? I'm sorry for the tears. Mr. Roberts hasn't been acting normal lately. He's been...
Luke's mother began to tremble talking about something, but I couldn't pay any attention. From the corner of my eye, I noticed something. A 40-count bag of combination pizza rolls. Which was fucked because all she offered all night was cut-up bananas. It's like, if you have pizza rolls, why not just throw a couple in the oven for your guest? Let alone a child. But I digress.
Hey, I'm up here. Come on.
Yeah.
Come.
You like that?
It's time for prayer before bed.
Prayer before bed. I wonder if something horrific happened to me, Kane, like dead eyes when he was a kid.
Let us rest peacefully with your grace and your love. Amen.
You missed our prayer. I hope you're able to sleep okay tonight.
Hey, do you want to play Donkey Konga?
I didn't give an answer. I remained silent and still. Suddenly, I was blinded by the light from Luke's TV. And there he was, hitting the plastic bongo drums and giggling to himself. But I noticed something. I noticed that the door was still cracked, and the father was still lingering, looking into the room, right at my eyes. He pulled out a banana and started to eat it.
Slowly.
The slow rotation of his jaw grating like steel on steel. His eyes
He's
never
capping.
blinking.
That's not how that story happened. I
Stared.
bet he didn't
Forever.
chew not a bit on that banana. He was sucking it. He made like perfect eye contact with Meat Cane while he was doing it.
And that's where my memory ends. And I have always been fascinated with religion and the afterlife ever since then. Though it leaves a sour taste in my mouth, with a hint of banana. Take care, everyone. Good night, everybody.
I don't know. I think something happened, bro. His output is insane, though.
Let's see
I
what's
wonder
on the
how-
trending page today.
How he's managed to make so much content.
Yes, yes, yes. Finally,
For an
the
animation
tea
channel.
can be served.
Hi, poor people. Welcome back to my channel. My publicity team has informed me that the best move to save my brand
I
is
will
to
say
make
for
another
at least
apology video.
this one,
So I
anyway, the only
decided to
thing
sit
he's
down
really
on my
animating is someone's
$50,000
mouth going
Versace
up and
couch
down.
and
Other
pose
than that,
like
it's
an
basically a
Afghan
still
hound
image.
in my multi-million-dollar mansion. Yeah, just like any other normal human being would. Yeah.
Oh my god. Jeffrey, you are such a royal queen. Spill the tea, sister. All is forgiven.
I'm here again to break my silence as a 56-year-old woman participating in YouTube drama. You might be saying, wow, Tati, you're just gonna cry on camera for an hour again. This is false. I am here with reason and with purpose to speak my truth.
Oh my god, this queen is so brave. Spill the tea, girl. Spill it.
Hey guys. So as you know, I used to be a dirty, dirty bad boy gubby poop man. I would upload videos of me in blackface all the time. Let me be clear. They were super funny. I mean, downright hilarious, but however, the social political climate has changed and I will no longer be able to enter myself into the Neil deGrasse Tyson lookalike contest.
Shane, I loved your old videos, and I think you are such a brave soul for this honest response. Yas.
Why does makeup have to be so mean and poopy? Shane and Jeff are so mean to me.
Shane is a racist, rapist piglet who deserves to be fucking dragged through the streets like the absolute hobgoblin he is. Bye, sister. Cancel. 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 Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is... Oh my god. You are so fucked.
I'm not going to be a part of this drama because there are bigger problems in the world. Yeah. Like disease and black people. And by that I mean Black Lives Matter. Also, if you use Black Sales Matter, you get a 20...
Excuse me. What did they just say? I have to tweet about this. I have to tweet about this.
Hey guys, I
It's
can't
incredible
take the stress and drama
how
anymore.
prolific Twitter
I'm leaving
still
the
is,
beauty community.
even though it's one of the
After
oldest
making
social
millions of
media.
dollars off of one product, I
And
now
it's
realize
not
that I
seen
don't
as,
have
like,
to
the
pretend to
old
care
people
about makeup
thing.
anymore.
Like the way Facebook
Cancel. 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 Hi, sisters. James. Hi, sisters. James. Hi, sisters.
Why is everyone so much younger than me?
Oh my god, praise the queen. Hi, sisters. Bye, sisters. What an exciting day of tea and gossip. Yas, gaga. Yas. Cancel. Forever.
Well, Charlie, you're the last child left. Isn't that exciting?
I don't know.
You're a very lucky little boy. You get to see what's behind that door. Now, Charlie, don't you want to see what's behind that door?
I don't know.
Come on, it'll be fun. Follow me. Oh, caught you taking a peek there, Charlie. That's alright. Nothing wrong with window shopping from time to time. It's when you get handsy. It's when you get yourself into some trouble. Come over here, Charlie. There's one last part of the factory I'd like to show you. Go ahead and taste the wall. Go on, try it. Well, what flavor do you think it is?
I don't know.
Charlie, I'm just messing with you. There's no flavor on the wall. You like that rust pretty good, though. Don't worry. We'll get you a little tetanus shot before you leave.
Where's my grandpa?
Oh, he's just hanging around. Don't worry. You're in good hands. Take a look at this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I know a lot of celebrities, I guess. They like their finger around here in the factory from time to time. Do you know who this is, Charlie?
I don't know.
That's the 42nd President of the United States, Bill Clinton. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. Past presidents have a lot of connections, Charlie. A lot of connections. But so do I. You know, Charlie, your clothes look awfully filthy. I'm all for a little stink, but best to get you some clean clothes, you know, for later.
Oh.
Oompa loompa doopa dee doo. You are a filthy boy, yes, that's true. You have soft hands and beautiful eyes.
Take his measurements and be gone with you.
He looks like a medium. Let's get him a small. Get it right. Get it tight.
Be gone! Sorry about that, Charlie. That didn't make you feel uncomfortable, did it?
I don't know.
Gosh, Charlie, I gotta tell you, my back and shoulders are tight. Running a factory sure does have its physical costs. Have you ever, had a massage, Charlie?
I don't know.
Your hands look very soft. Also strong, very strong. You play much baseball?
I don't know.
Only a couple rooms down. Come on, big guy. Charlie, you wouldn't mind giving me a quick massage, would you, pal? I hate to be a stickler about the rules, but the golden ticket you have there states that I can ask for a free massage at any time. You look like you don't believe me. Go ahead and take a look. We've really bonded, Charlie. I'm excited to get to know you a whole lot better. Charlie, let's put those hands to good use. What do you say? You didn't see anything. You hear me, you little shit? You didn't see a fucking thing.
We didn't know what was going on here. We didn't know a fucking thing.
Don't worry, son. You're safe now. He didn't hurt you, did he?
I don't know.
Charlie, my friend! I made it out of the chocolate river, Charlie! Charlie! Oh, Jesus Christ! He's got a gun! It was just some German kid. Damn! Chocolate monsters, yeah! That's it! We don't want to tell anyone about what happened here today with the chocolate monsters. Right, Charlie?
I don't know.
Get him out of here!
There was a house on top of a hill where a dying scientist bequeathed his life's work to his two assistants, Katz and Uno. The scientist gave instructions on how to create monsters to solve any problem, along with a series of documents on the cure to cancer, AIDS, and world hunger. But, unfortunately, due to an untimely grease fire caused by someone cooking some fries, not naming any names, but the house was burnt down, and the scientist's work was lost with it. Now, with a handful of monsters and a fire insurance check, Katz and Uno have purchased a 3-bedroom house in a quiet suburban town. This is their monster land.
That can really be. Oh wow! So that's how he's able to make those episodes 10 minutes. Kickstarter. If I can, I want to see if I can see how much that Kickstarter made. Because I am really curious about that. But sign up for the day. 3,000 backers. Ooh, my God. Pledged. Damn, there had to be some people that pledged a lot of fucking money if it made $156,000. Well, yeah, it's kind of impossible. And you guys search it up. But yeah, $156,000, and there's only 3,000 pledges. That's insane. Oh, I guess he blew his goal out the water. So 40. Oh no, he didn't. He did make more than what he was asking for, though, most definitely. 2043, 21. Oh no, he still, yeah, he blew it out the water. It was probably around, I don't really want to do the math on this so much. I guess he was asking for probably about $90,000 to $100,000. Truly an inspiration to us all. Alright, probably gonna sign out. Sign off, whatever.